Finally back with a video talking about something baseball related this weekend. I don't know what happened. I got sick. I had a fever. I was not looking too good. So we had no videos this weekend, but we're back on the grind. I haven't worn a hat in a video in a long time, but I'm wearing one today because today we are talking about MLB spring training hats. All the Major League Baseball spring training hats have been officially released. MLB shop, you can get them on the team sites. It's been tweeted out. There's been a lot of news about it. Sportslogos.net, they were on it. They put out the picture. I was like, oh, this could be a video I could make today. So I threw on my favorite hat, the New York Mets, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you my reaction to all the spring training hats that have been released for the 2019 season. Quick look through of them, there's a lot of good ones. There's not that many bad ones, to be honest. A lot of these hats look really good. But of course, you know, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, and I'd love to know your guys' opinions in the comment section down below, so make sure you let me know what your favorite hat is and what your least favorite hat is. So let's start off with the Grapefruit League. I'm gonna shift over to the left side or the right side of the screen. I don't know how this works, but I'm gonna shift over to one side of the screen so we can react better. So the first team we're going to talk about is the Atlanta Braves. They got two spring training hats. Starting off with the lowercase a script spring training hat for the Atlanta Braves. Now, as you can see with my hat, it is solid. There is no like ventilation. There's just the holes here on the hat, but otherwise it's a solid cloth type material. Now on the spring training hats, they almost have the mesh appearance, which they're not. They're still high quality like these. It's almost got that Nike like fly net material look, but pretty much every single hat has it. So I think the A looks really good. Red color, got the white outline. It pops off the navy blue hat. You got the red brim. You've of course got the Grapefruit League logo that they're going with for the hat this year. I think in the past it said FL for the Grapefruit League and AZ for the Cactus League out in Arizona. But now they're going with the palm tree, and then you'll see the cactus for the Cactus League. Overall, I like this hat a lot. I think it's really nice. The next hat we're talking about here is actually a hat, again, I like a lot by the Atlanta Braves. It's got the tomahawk on there. It's in that navy blue color, feel, tone, whole mood is just like navy blue. It's got a little bit of the gold in there on the tomahawk, a little bit of the red. I think it's a really smooth hat. Looks very nice. I don't know if I like it more than the A one, but this is a very cool looking hat. With the Baltimore Orioles, only one hat for them, and honestly, I'm super disappointed with it. First of all, not nearly enough orange. You'll see, this is spring training. We're having fun with a lot of these hats, and the Orioles typically have some of my favorite hats, and this one is just such a goose egg. It is very disappointing. It's got the fun logo on there, like it's a different Oriole logo than you see on most of the hats, but besides the logo and the little beanie on top of the hat, there's nothing else but black on it. And when I think of the Orioles, yes, black is one of their main colors, but they got that orange in there. It's so bright. I like the black and orange combo, and just going with an all black hat with the black brim, it's just, this is not a good hat by the Orioles. Very disappointed. Boston Red Sox going with a red hat, blue B on there with the white outline. You got the blue beanie on top, blue brim. I like it a lot. The navy blue color looks really good. It's a different change of pace from what we normally see for the Red Sox. Essentially, they inverted their colors or switched them, so what normally is navy blue is now going to be red, and what's normally red is now going to be navy blue. I think it's a nice looking hat. Again, it's spring training. This is where you're allowed to get a little bit creative, have some fun, look like batting practice jerseys. For that, I like it. Now, the Detroit Tigers are coming out here with 4 different hats for spring training. I mean, what do you guys play, like at most like 20, 25 games? Why are you coming out with 4 different hats? I mean, I'm not necessarily complaining, but interesting decision. The first one being this white one, and I'm telling you right now, I think I'm gonna buy this hat. Besides the whole, it's white and it's gonna get dirty. I mean, it's gonna get filthy just putting your hand on it, taking it on and off. It's gonna get dirty, but this is a smooth, this is a fresh looking hat right here. The white hat, the navy blue brim, the D on the hat, it looks absolutely fantastic. I don't have a Detroit Tigers hat, but I fully plan on getting this one and adding it to my collection. This hat is my favorite by far out of all the spring training hats. Winner, winner, chicken dinner right here. Their second hat, kind of not on my good list here. Something's not working here. I think the fact that you had the navy blue on orange is an awkward look. Something with my eyes is not working well. It's kind of like, feels all blurry to me. I'm not sure what you guys think about it, but personally to me, this one, not a fan. The white hat, whoa, now that's a hat. The third Detroit Tigers hat, you're starting to see the Tiger logo come in here. They're going with the navy hat. They're going obviously with the Tiger, orange and black. You'll see that they have 2 versions of this hat. So they have this version and then they have an orange version. This is definitely my favorite version. It's a little bit calmer, which again, I said, I kind of ripped the Orioles for being almost too plain, but the Tigers got 4 different hats. They need to have one that's just kind of normal. And I do like this, incorporating the Tiger in on it. Now this hat I have a problem with here because it is giving me huge Clemson University Tiger vibes. And obviously, as a South Carolina Gamecock myself, I do not like Clemson. So therefore, I do not like this hat because it feels like it would be a Clemson hat. So get that out of here. I don't like it. Looks too much like Clemson. Go South Carolina, go Cox. Houston Astros not deviating a lot from their normal hat, just pretty much adding a circle around their normal logo that they throw on there. Of course, you got like that Nike Flynet material again. Overall, it is just, it's average. It looks like their normal hat, so I'm not going to say it's great. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just a little disappointed. You could have had some fun with it. Yeah, the Miami Marlins, if you've seen any of my videos, I'm not a huge fan of their rebrand. I think their logo's good, but I think their hats, their jerseys, everything else is just a little bit slacking. And again, their spring training hat, slacking. This is when you pull out that neon blue hat for the Marlins. That's when you get a little crazy. You build that color base up. You build a new brand. But no, you went with a plain black hat. What are you doing out there, Miami? What are you doing? I mean, you have that hideous blue jersey. Why would that be used in your spring training? Like, that's when you use that stuff. This is the first of the Minnesota Twins hat. Very similar to their normal hat. Not a whole lot to say here. They got the gold outline around it. It's just boring. And again, it's boring because this is just like their regular season hat. I want to see a little bit of variety. And their second hat, again, this feels like something I've already seen that they wear during the regular season. Really disappointed with the Twins. Thought they could have done something fun, change it up a little bit, but no. The Twins went boring and went with the same thing that they already do during the regular season. Which leads me to the New York Mets, who I'm going to be critical of because, hold on one second. Doesn't this hat look familiar? Ow, I hit my knee. Guess that's what I get for ripping on the Mets. Oh, hit my knee on my desk. But, yeah. That hat looks familiar because it's right here, and this isn't the spring training hat. This is the hat they wear during the regular season. Come on, Mets. Do something fun. Put Mr. Met on the hat. Make it an orange hat. I don't know. Change it up. But it is the exact same hat, just with the palm tree logo on the side. Fix it. Why? New York Yankees changing up a little bit. Not a whole lot. They're adding a white brim to their normal, just all navy blue hat. Personally, I think it's a nice change of pace. Spring training is where it should stay. Spring training is where it should live, and it's also where it should die. Don't bring this out into regular season, Yankees. It's not a good look for the Yankees. And then their second hat's an interesting look because it's pretty much the same thing, but it's got like a gray heathered bill, which I kind of like. It's different. You don't see this a whole lot. I think it's a good look. I'm not going to buy a Yankees hat, of course, because, you know, we live and die by the Mets. But I like that they tried something different with a heathered approach on the bill. You don't see that often with uniforms for Major League Baseball teams. Philadelphia Phillies really like this hat a lot. You got the red, you got the blue, you got the Liberty Bell on there, which they're incorporating kind of the new logo that they're adopting for this upcoming season, using the Liberty Bell a lot more. I don't feel like this is a whole lot different from their previous spring training hats. I feel like I've seen the Liberty Bell on a hat before, but I liked it then, and I like it now. It works for spring training. Pittsburgh, what are we doing here? Why are you making the P black on a black hat outlined by yellow? This is a bad hat, guys. This is the second worst hat right here. The Orioles was the first. This is the second worst. Why not have the yellow P? Why not have the black and yellow on there? It's just, sometimes you wonder what's going through people's heads. St. Louis Cardinals really like this hat. As you guys know, I'm kind of a Cardinals fanboy when it comes down to their jerseys, hats, everything besides the actual team themselves. I think they have such a classic look, and they changed it up a little bit, and it still works. I'm a big fan of this one. The blue or black or dark navy blue, whatever you want to call it, STL, it works. The STL looks great. The dark navy blue brim, the red hat, it's a good hat. This one works. Tampa Bay Rays coming at us with 3 different hats, and you got to give them props. They're trying something different. The first one here, absolutely hate it. The white and the light blue just makes me feel very uncomfortable. I'm getting super baby vibes. I don't know. I know North Carolina does it, and it works. UNC Tar Heels hats and uniforms and jerseys, it works. But for some reason, throwing the yellow in there, it's just a very soft looking hat, and I'm not a fan of it. The second hat here, I like a lot more. The navy blue with the light blue and the yellow, those colors all work together. They're very cohesive. I like this hat so much better than the white and the light blue. It just was a very uncomfortable feel. I'm glad it's off my screen and this one's on there because I like this one a lot better. And then I think this might be my favorite of the 3, the light blue, baby blue top. You got that ray of sun logo. You got the dark navy blue brim. I think this is their best hat of the 3. I would consider buying this one, although I'm not getting it anytime soon. I'm keeping the hats down to a minimum. I've got a lot. That Detroit Tiger one's taking the spot. Second to last team here of the Grapefruit League, and we have got the Toronto Blue Jays going with the maple leaf on the front of their hat, giving a little shout out to Canada. Pretty much the same design as their normal hat, just throwing the maple leaf on there. It's a good hat. It's a little bit boring, But if you're Canadian, I think I'd be buying this one for sure. And then the last team of the Grapefruit League got the Washington Nationals, throwing a little homage to Washington, D.C., throwing the Capitol building behind the W there. A completely different look. I gotta respect it. I think it's a good looking hat. A different W on there, which we don't see from the Nationals. Probably a little bit of an homage to the Senators. I think I've said homage twice now for the Nationals. What am I doing? But I like this hat a lot. I think it's a good style. And on to the Cactus League we go, starting it off with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks going with that more cartoonish version of their Diamondback rattlesnake, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know. But they're going with it, showing its fangs, biting the ball on an all-black hat. All black hat again in spring training. Not a huge fan of it, but at least they're going with a little bit of a different logo. Would have liked to seen a little bit of red in there, but it's okay. It is right around the middle of the line for me. Like, not great, not bad. Chicago White Sox got two hats here. They're going with like that old, I believe that's what, like 70s or 80s logo. So they're using it on the all black hat. Now this one works. I'm a big fan of all black and white like that. I think it's a nice look. So this is a hat that I do like. And then they're using that throwback style that they use on, I think, Sunday home games and that they used to wear back in the day, obviously. Same logo. I like this hat as well. I've always been a fan of this version of the White Sox. I think it's a great throwback. Chris Sale disagrees with me, but I'm a big fan of this. This is a good move here. White Sox 2 for 2 on their hats. Well done. Cincinnati Reds changing up their hats a little bit. I think they've done this for spring training before, so it's not completely new, but obviously it's the new style. I do like the different C on there, changing it up. It's spring training. Try something else out. It's more of a historic looking C. I like the multicolored panels. You got the red here. You got the black on the back, black brim. I think it's a good looking hat. And to be honest, I think the second version of this hat I like even better. I love the black front panel with the white C, and you got a little bit of red shadow in there. Take a look, you'll see the red shadow in there. Red brim, red second panel, great hat. This is a really good looking one. Cincinnati, another team, 2 for 2, well done. I think this is like the second or third year in the row the Colorado Rockies have incorporated their flag and the mountains in their spring training hat, which I do like. I'm not gonna buy this one anytime soon. I just can't rock this kind of hat. This gives me like kind of like the Fratagonia, Patagonia type feel, and that's just not my style. But if that is your style, this hat, ooh, that'd look good with some Fratagonia stuff. Chicago Cubs, yeah, boring. Get rid of this one. Why? It's spring training, boring. If the Yankees, who are insanely obsessed about tradition, can change their spring training hats, I think you can too. Now, am I being a little harsh on the Cubs? Yes, because they do have a second spring training hat, but again, boring. It's just a different logo. That's it. You didn't change anything else up. Come on, make it interesting. Get some sales. Kansas City Royals, not a whole lot of change here either, just kind of the logo, but I kind of like it a little bit. I don't know. It's just, I'm getting a better feel with this one than I did with the Cubs. Cubs just felt like they were like, ah, here you go, change it up. Just different logo. We copied and pasted on there. With the Royals, I feel like there's at least a little bit of different design. The crown's a little bit different. The R's a little bit different. It's not an amazing hat by any standpoint, but it's definitely better. If you see my opinion on regular MLB hats, you know I'm not a huge fan of the Angels normal hats because they're just all red all over the place. Adding the dark navy blue, almost black color to the beanie and the brim gives a nice, needed color change to the Angels hats because now the Angels logo pops out a little bit more. The accents of the dark and navy blue in there stand out a little bit more. The white outline around the Angels logo stands out a little bit more. Adding a little bit more color made this hat significantly better. Los Angeles Dodgers, another team that pretty much just normally keeps the LA on there. Now for the past few years, they've been going with this script letter D on their hats. It's, you know, it's different. You'll give them a little bit of props here for trying to change something up. Maybe if it had like a white panel on the back or a white brim, it would maybe just change it up a little bit for me. Still not a huge fan of it, but it's not a bad hat. I'm just, you know, you could have done better. Now, in the picture I saw on Twitter, the Brewers only had 2, but online on the shop, they had 3 spring training hats, so we'll just go over all 3. You guys know, I like the MB glove logo a hell of a lot more than whatever that M logo is for the Brewers, so I obviously like this hat. The yellow, a little mustardy color, not crazy about it, but I think it's a good hat. Yeah, here's that Milwaukee Brewers logo and hat that I dislike. Yeah, I don't like it. The only thing that's a little bit different is, I guess, the stitching on the bill. You get to see a little bit of gold there, and you get the gold beanie on top. Just still, not a fan of you. Not a fan of you. And then the third one would be my favorite. You got a nice royal blue. You got a nice gold yellow color. It doesn't look like mustard. It's got the glove logo that I think is just miles better than their regular logo. This is their best spring training hat they've got. This might be the winner of the Cactus League right here. The Oakland A's throwing the elephant on a green hat. The design is so simple. A dark green hat with the white elephant on there, but it works. It is killer. I love this hat. Again, if I could wear green, I would buy this one, but Green's just not my color for a hat. Boo! Boo San Diego Padres hat, boo! I understand they're not making the switch to the brown and yellow until 2020, which I'm super excited about, by the way. But this looks like a softball hat. I'm sorry. This looks like a hat that a softball team would be wearing, like an adult men's league softball, or you're gonna be seeing an 8-year-old baseball team wearing. Seattle Mariners. I actually really like this hat. They changed it up ever so slightly, getting rid of the S on the front, putting an M, but I think it works. It's like super symmetrical. It's very pleasing to the eye. I like it a lot. This is a hat I would consider getting because I don't have a Mariners one. Yeah. Well done, Seattle. San Francisco Giants, one of the only teams I think, if not the only team, going with a gray hat. And honestly, I like it a lot. The San Francisco logo, again, the SF is an iconic look. I think it's really good. Maybe I'm just a little biased because I do like all their stuff pretty much, but this is a really good looking hat. The gray works. Gray works. And then even their second hat, the orange, the black, you got a little bit of a gold outline around the SF this time. It works. It's different. I don't think that they should be wearing this during the regular season, but for spring training, this is the perfect place to do it. It's different. It's fun. Good try. So I actually forgot to record about the Cleveland Indians hat, but I think that kind of sums it up. It's a terrible hat. So bad I forgot about it. Cleveland Indians. I know you got rid of Chief Wahoo, but man, this is just bad. And then the final hat of this video is going to be the Texas Rangers, and again, I like this hat a lot. I actually had a hat very similar to this of UT Austin, Texas Austin, of course. It's a school that I wanted to go to, didn't get in, but it was similar. It had the Longhorn and it had the state of Texas. It was orange and black, very similar to this. It's got the T for the Rangers, the state of Texas, blue and red, really good looking hat, perfect for spring training, perfect for batting practice. Well done, Texas. Spring training is so close. I'm so excited for baseball to get started. Football's over yesterday. The Super Bowl was done. How boring was that? I'd love to know what you guys think about all these spring training hats in the comment section down below, or anything baseball related. Let me know. If you did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like on it. That'd be very much appreciated by me. It helps support the channel. And subscribe if you are new and you enjoy the content, you want to see more of it. That's the best way to stay in touch. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description down below. And that's going to be the end of this video. YouTube recommends you watch this video right here, as well as this is my most recent upload. So if you haven't seen either of these, click through them, help support the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.